Hope everybody is doing great and fine. Now we'll have to continue this explanation of the sandbox written by Edward Franklin Albee. If you remember it out again, the details I have given already in the previous classes, and we'll go exact to the quick recap of the sandbox, where we have like in the previous class we have get the explanation of how the stage was set and how mummy daddy has brought this grandma and how they have dumped her into the sandbox. Actually they were showing this as the scene at the beach. So because they are not willing to keep grandma at home, and that's why they have brought it here. And here in you can say one or two sentences or one or two scenes, it has been shown that daddy is more concerned when compared to mummy, even though that old woman was the own mother of this mummy. She is the own daughter, but she has no sympathy, no respect, no you can say love and care for her own mother. She is a materialistic type of the lady. If you remember in the first class of this particular explanation, I said you that Edward Franklin Albee has written only mostly about the American society where materialism is more. That means where values and manners and civilized people, even though they are, but they don't behave in a civilized manner. So he wanted to showcase this one, he wanted to present this. Okay, so now grandmother, if you remember, I said you that music was playing very loudly and grandmother tried to sit properly and she wanted to speak out, and she started addressing the audience. What she said, she was saying in a very clear voice, because it is the way to convey the message to the audience what the past of grandmother and how she has raised the daughter. She said that, is it right? Have you seen that how these people, this mummy and daddy she was referring to, how these two has dragged me out from the home and they actually stick me into the car, they dump me here, they brought on the beach and they dump me in the sand. Is it right to do all this with an old woman who has nearly to death? How they can behave in such a way with this type of the old woman? Now she started saying she was getting into her past. She said that she got married in the age of 17 years. When she was 17 years old, she got married to a farmer. So obviously the life was not too happy for her, not too rich, but she was very contented and satisfied with her life, and she has got a daughter. But at the age of 30 years, the grandmother, when she was 17, she got married. Now at the age of 30, her husband died. That means she became a widow, and it was very difficult for her to raise one daughter by like getting her educated and all. She has to work for both the sides, like as a father, as a mother. So she has done all alone all this work without getting remarried and without like doing any other works. She wanted to raise her daughter in a proper manner. That's why she has spent her whole life in raising her daughter and in giving her a better future, like good education, food and all. She tried her level best. While she was saying like that, the music was playing continuously. So in between, like from past to, she immediately jumped to present and she said to the musician, stop giving the music, because you don't have any respect. You don't know that I'm such a feeble woman. Feeble means weak. I'm such a weak woman, such a old woman. My voice is feeble, my voice is very weak, and how can audience would listen to me? So stop playing the music. So obviously musician got scolded and he stopped playing the music. And in between, suddenly she has seen the young man who was doing the calisthenics, who was continuously doing the like one of the action of fluttering the wings. So she saw that and asked, who are you, from where you are? Like all the old women, like they inquire about, if they see someone new, they just start inquiring about. So she started inquiring about the young man, like, you have such a nice face, you are looking good, then maybe you are doing this exercise also, so acting as well. She decided by herself and she started asking, and she said that from which country you came. So he said, I'm from Southern California. And so she asked, what is your name? So the young man said, no, I don't have any name. You know very well that who was the young man. He was an angel of death. But he didn't declare that to the old woman. He said, no, I don't have any name. Now, again she went to past. Who? Old grandmother. She said that my daughter married a rich man. She searched for a rich man and she married because she was a one who always die for money. She only think money, money, money. She has a she never get contented with whatever she has. Contented with satisfaction. So she doesn't have satisfaction with whatever she has. She wanted more and more for her. So she married a very rich man, and then what she has done? She, like mummy has forced grandmother to sell the farmland. Grandmother has a farmland in village. So mummy has forced her to sell because she said, you are all alone, how could you leave and all, because she wanted to grab the amount or land from grandmother. So, and she thought, okay, my daughter wants to take care of me, so grandmother has sold the farmland and she has moved with them. Who moved with them? Grandmother has moved with mummy and daddy. Now, till here the story continues. Like she has said, she got married at the age of 17 years, and she she became widow at the age of 30 years, and she was all alone who raised the daughter, and she got lot of difficulties. But after that also the mummy has married to a rich man and forced her to sell the land. She was saying like that, and suddenly the light on the stage started getting dim. That means they are showing that the night starts. So if you remember, when the stage was set, the light was more, and they have dumped the grandmother over there on the sand or in the sandbox. So from the morning till now they are depicting as the evening. Mummy and daddy never enter into on the stage, and they never want to see that what had happened to that old woman whom they have dumped on the sand. So the night starts, and the old woman was getting a little bit like tension, like night starts now, the lights are getting dim, maybe the night is starting. So at that time mummy and daddy wanted to enter, but both of them were talking. Daddy said, we'll just go once and see that how the grandmother is. So mummy said that no, don't go, just wait for her death. So she said, no, wait. And suddenly there was a rumbling sounds, like sounds of thunder and all the sounds being given. And that sounds, when mummy has listened that sounds, she started imagining, now my mother has died. And what she did is that she pretends to weep. Like she just getting crocodile tears, as we call it. So she was trying to weep, and she was remembering how my mother was very nice and now she died and all. And both of them now entered the scene. That means on the stage they have entered, and they saw that by the time when they were entering, grandmother was putting all the sand on her. She was shoveling with the shovel. She was taking the sand on her, and she has buried herself. Half of the body was buried into the sand, and mummy and daddy have seen her. And what she did is that she lied down and she closed her eyes, even though she was alive, grandmother, but she pretended that she has died, because she know that these two were waiting for her death. So she just simply pretended, because she has a feeling like, if I don't die now, what they do, maybe they will kill me, or maybe they will do anything with me. So she got a fear, and she simply pretended to be died. So both of them came, mummy and daddy, they saw her died, and they actually were, in a way they were happy, like okay, she has died, because their main purpose was served. Why they have brought grandmother from their home to the beach? Because they wanted her to die. So their main purpose was served, and mother was like normal people, how they say, like she said how happy her face is looking. She is so peaceful right now because of her death. She has get all the problems solved. She was having ill health. Now she is well and she is good. She was saying all these dialogues only to just show it off that she has a you can say an emotion for mother, or she is feeling sad for her mother's death. Then after few moments she got up and she wiped her so called tears, and she said to daddy, just now we cannot mourn for more time. Mourn means to weep and to cry for the any of the loss. So she said that we could not mourn for this now. Now we have to get up and we have to get ready to go for swimming or something. We can go and enjoy. We have to face the world. So it like this, all these dialogues being heard by grandmother. She heard each and every dialogue what mummy and daddy was saying, and here at this moment daddy was not so curious about that, but mummy was she wanted her to die, and after her death whatever the dialogues she wanted to say, she has said everything, but nobody has actually checked her pulse, or nobody has got an idea that she is alive. She was alive at the time, but she was getting a lot of frustration and irritation. You can imagine it out how the mother would feel if the daughter was pretending to be crying and pretending to feel sad even though she was not sad. So mother was feeling like after my death also she would be like this, she would never change. Before her death only she has seen the scene of after the death. So she was very much surprised by the behavior of her daughter. She felt very bad, and as soon as both of them have left, who mummy and daddy left the stage, slowly she tries to get up. Grandmother tries to get up, but at that time the young man, who the angel of death, he came forward and he started introducing himself to grandmother. And for the whole audience, that was the first time he introduced himself, and he said that I am the angel of death. I came here to take your soul and I am waiting for the right time. Now this is the time. Now I have to take your soul. So grandmother said, no, I am not ready. I am not sure. I don't want to go and all. But he said that, no, you are not going anywhere. You are being here only. Simply as it is, how you lie down, go ahead with that, and slowly I'll take you to the best place, better place. And grandmother's soul has actually, or you can say her whole body has become so peaceful that she never gets such a peace in her life, because her daughter was not good. She was one of the selfish daughter. She never cares, she never obeys, she never pays any respect to the mother. Not even she is bothered about her death, not even she has bothered about her life. She is not even concerned about her health. She just simply wanted to get rid of her mother. So now at this moment grandmother was feeling happy and solace that she is finally dying and going to a place where she can be respected and where she can get some value. So this is the end of the one act play. I hope you have understood well. Once read it out, the summary, then read the each and every para, complete paras with understanding, because I have already given the glossary. If you need any more words, you can find on the at the back side of your lesson. Read that glossary and try to read the lesson with each and every character's dialogue, so you can understand it very clearly, and you know that they may ask you one of the passage from the in the examination from the non-detail. Any comprehension passage, one comprehension passage would definitely come from the non-detail. So there is no need only for you to understand this explanation and just simply close your books. Please read that. Once you can read the summary, so you can get the whole idea, then you can go forward for reading the dialogues and the full lesson. So I hope very clearly you have got the message what the writer wanted to convey, and you will enjoy reading the lesson and you can try to understand it, I hope. So for the next, by the next class, we'll meet once again with the new poem or the short story. By the time, take care, have a nice day.